Wow, I had to really hustle, guys. Welcome back. Let me get this thing all situated. There we go. Welcome in. That hit us, blindsided us. I was recording videos. We've got a lot to unpack here. Breaking news, guys. Breaking news right now. It looks as if it is a done deal. We are getting official word coming from the SEC. Let me take you guys inside here. It looks like the Bitcoin ETF has been approved. That's right. Bitcoin ETF has been approved. As you guys come in, smash the like button. It looks like it's all over. It looks like we are ready to go. Check it out here. This is what we've got right now. Breaking news right now coming in. Gary Gensler says the SEC has granted approval for Bitcoin spot ETFs. Gensler says today's approval enhances market transparency and provides investors with sufficient access to digital asset investments within a regulated framework. I was just recording a video actually about XRP and the likelihood of ETFs coming once the Bitcoin ETF was approved. Literally, you guys are going to see this video later on my stream, and it's going to be wild because it's pretty crazy because it's literally right in there. I pulled it up and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, Bitcoin ETFs live. I got to just drop all this and here we go. I got to go. We got to go live right now. We're going to unpack the charts. We're going to take a look at everything. I'm hearing that Bitcoin is tanking. It doesn't surprise me. A little bit of a sell the news event. I get it. A lot of people didn't sell at the end of the year. If you were listening to this channel, we said that there was an open possibility that we would get a sell-off. This is why I took a little profits at 44,000. I made that abundantly clear. Now, with that being said, if you have a long time horizon here on Bitcoin, who cares that it's dumping a little bit? In fact, I hope it dumps a little bit more than a little bit because I want to get into Bitcoin even heavier. So, and guess who else does? So do the big suits. So do the biggest and baddest people on the planet, the BlackRocks of the world. So it's approved for all applicants across the aisle here. Welcome in everybody. I am way behind on chat, but I know that this live stream is going to fire up. Smash the like button. You guys know what to do. We're going to talk about it from a ton of different angles, guys. Wow is right. Wow is right. It is approved. Hello, everybody. It's dumping. We're going to get to it. It's crashing. I know. We're going to get to it. Let's go, Brett. How we doing, man? What's going on? Is the crypto market going to blow up now? Let's see, right? This is just hours. Again, this is all not going to happen right at once. We're not going to get $100 billion rushing into crypto. Okay, that's not going to happen. But this is what the official word is from the SEC's Twitter account, guys. Here it is. Today, the SEC grants approval for Bitcoin ETFs for listing on all registered national securities exchanges. The approved Bitcoin ETFs will be subject to ongoing surveillance and compliance measures to ensure continued investor protection. We're going to go ahead and say it's official. We are live on YouTube. Join us. There we go. Guys, if you guys would share it out, let's get a bunch of people with us. But yes, it is officially official. Yes, it is done. It is all over. Finally, we don't have to wait until tomorrow and sweat it out, right? That's amazing. Now, we're going to take a look at the price action. I know we're getting potentially some sell-offs here. Let's dive into TradingView, take a quick look at that, and then we've got a lot to unpack. There's going to be a lot of analysis here, a lot of things to dive into here on the live stream. Happy you guys are with us here as we break this news for you. But yes, Bitcoin ETFs are approved. Now let's take a look at the price action here. Price action right now. Okay, we're okay. This isn't too bad. Let's go into the 1 minute here. All right, so we popped up to about 47,800. So we're just retracing back a little bit. This isn't too crazy. Let's get out of the 1 minute, go into the 5 minute here. Okay, so we had a huge pump on the news. We basically dumped right back down to where we were. Actually wicked all the way down to 44.9. And now I'm expecting probably us to continue to see some consolidation here. There's going to be some bulls and bears. There's going to be some volatility, guys. But all in all, this is a huge, huge day for Bitcoin, huge day for crypto. And if you're in this thing for the right reasons, you don't care about a 15-minute wick down like this, right? This is not the end of the road by any means. Not at all, right? Not at all. So, Angela is calling me. Hold on. So, hey, what's up? Wow. Okay. All right. All right. So, all right. I'm gonna continue with it live. Yeah, yeah. Link it in the chat. Okay. All right. So now we're getting word, guys. We're getting word that Gary Gensler was hacked on Twitter. Wait a minute. We've got to edit this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So Bitcoin ETFs are not approved. Wait a minute. This is getting crazy. Gary Gensler could have been hacked. Okay, we're going to try to unpack this. Hold on one sec here. Gary Gensler hacked. I'm just changing the title here, guys, because it looks as if this is not what happened here. So wait a minute. Let's unpack this. Hold on, guys. We're live on air here, so we got to figure this out in real time. It looks as if Gary Gensler could have been hacked, and these reports are not real. Wait a minute. This is insane. What a crazy day. Yeah, this is wild. Elon strikes again. Maybe. No matter what, this is breaking news. This is wild. Okay, wait a minute. So Eleanor reported on it. That's why I went live. I saw a few others report on it. So now is Gary Gensler saying something on his personal Twitter here? Let's see. The SEC Twitter account was compromised and an authorized tweet was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. Oh my goodness. So wait a minute. It is not approved. We're just getting word that it is not approved. Not approved. Still live. Come over to break it all down. This is a crazy day in crypto, guys. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. So now the Bitcoin ETFs are not approved. Gensler has been hacked. Well, not Gensler, the actual SEC. So let me pull this up on multiple fronts here. So we have multiple Twitter accounts open here. So, okay, we are getting breaking news now that it is not live. Okay. This is coming from Watcher Guru. This is not accurate. Okay. This is not accurate. They're going to be making some changes to this. So we've got Gary Gensler. Let's pull up. Okay, we've got his. Let's take a look at the SEC. Have they deleted the post yet? Have they deleted the post yet? No, the post is still up and it has been up for a while now. This is the post that initially came out 20 minutes ago, guys. This is not true. The U.S. Securities Exchange Commission Twitter account has been hacked. That's what we're hearing from Gary Gensler. Today, the SEC grants approval for Bitcoin ETFs for listing on all registered national securities exchanges. Not true. Not true. So this was at 4:11 here this afternoon. 4:11, just 22 minutes ago. This report came out. Now at 4:26, 7 minutes ago, Gary Gensler says this: the SEC Twitter account was compromised and an unauthorized tweet was posted. You have got to be freaking kidding me, guys. You cannot make this up. Are you kidding me? The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. Oh my goodness gracious. Are we witnessing this in real time? Is this really happening? Is this real life? Is this real life? Now, I guess the third window we've got to watch is the actual chart, right? So here's what happened to the chart on the news. Okay, if you guys are just checking in, reports were that the spot Bitcoin ETFs were approved across the board. Not true. Not true. Gary Gensler says the SEC Twitter account was hacked. Okay, so we're taking a look at the chart. This is what's happening in response to this news. Absolutely wild day. This is crazy. We almost get to 48,000 on the news. Then we come dumping all the way back down. We wick down all the way under 45K in minutes, not hours here, minutes. Okay. Literally go from 48 to 45K. And now we're kind of hovering here just below 46,000. What a wild turn of events. This was the tweet that was sent out. And again, they're saying that this account was compromised. Now, I don't know. Now, here's the thing. There is a possibility of somebody went and posted it prematurely, right? There's a possibility that somebody posted it prematurely, and now Gensler's saying that it was hacked, compromised. They're not even saying hacked. They're saying was compromised. So this is interesting, nonetheless. Now, was it actually compromised? I'm going to guess yes, but I mean, if this was a mistake on like an intern or something like that, that's a big mistake to make because now we're hearing that this is not true. Okay, so again, guys, if you're just checking in, 411, we get this tweet. 411, we get this tweet. It looks officially official, right? It's got tons of views. We're breaking, we're live, we're doing the thing. And then literally 15 minutes later, this comes out from Gary Gensler's official Twitter account, his personal Twitter account, saying that the SEC's Twitter account was compromised and an unauthorized tweet was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. Guys, I apologize too if you've heard this already 20 times, but we have a ton of people checking in and out of this live stream. So we have to break this down for them at least every couple minutes. Again, bear with us. We're going to try to get more information on this as we can. This is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. BTC to 15K. I don't think we're going to go that low, but this is wild to say the least. Absolutely insane. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think the account was actually compromised? Do you think it was posted prematurely? Drop your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. Down below. Guys, I'm going to text a few people here real quick as I'm talking. Holy shit. What a day. What a freaking day. This is wild. Absolutely crazy, 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 crazy. We thought we had it live, and that is not what happened. So the tweet sounded like a real tweet, maybe premature. Yeah, whoever set the tweet, if it was a hack, man, that looked like an official tweet, right? It looked like exactly how they would word it. This was the tweet again that they're saying was false. Now, again, it's still up. It has not been deleted. It has been up now for 25 minutes, continuing to get millions of impressions right now. But this is the tweet that initially came out at 4:11, which would have been 26 minutes ago. Okay. And now Gary Gensler tweets after that, 15 minutes after that at 4:26, just 9 minutes ago, that account has been compromised and an unauthorized tweet was posted, meaning this one. That was the only tweet posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds or products. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And now, here we go. Ryan Sean Adams says, how do we know this account's not compromised? Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's going on, man. This is wild. I don't know what to think here. If this is, it's hard. It's hard to know what's going on right now. We're going to try to make sense of it as much as we can. But we're going to take a look at the chart, of course, too. The chart's basically staying the same. So that's okay. I mean, we're basically at 46,000, which is where we've been most of the day. Nothing's really changed on that front. We did get the big spike, obviously, up to 48,000 and then came down. But wow. Absolutely crazy, crazy, crazy what's happening here this afternoon. You couldn't draw this up. You could not draw this up. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane here. What's going on right now? Wow, this is just crazy. It does look like a real tweet drafted though. Whoever did this, this looks like exactly how they would word it, right? Today, the SEC grants approval of Bitcoin ETFs for listing on all registered national securities exchanges. The approval, the approved Bitcoin ETFs will be subject to ongoing surveillance and compliance measures to ensure continued investor protection. Looks exactly like how they would put it, right? It enhances market transparency, provides investors with efficient access to digital asset investments within a regulated framework. This is exactly how it would be worded. Absolutely insane. This is insane. Absolutely crazy. I can't even believe that this is breaking down. Shout out to Angela, too, for getting me this information. I really appreciate you guys. Remember when, so we've got some super chats coming in here. Let's get to those. Crypto Archie says, remember when that other X account announced it 2 weeks ago? Seems very strange. Yes, it definitely does, man. I don't know what's going on here. This looks exactly like how they would draft it up. Again, this thing came out at 4:11. Then we've got this at 426. Very weird. Very weird. And you're right. We've had two fake ETF pieces now. Crypto Archie says, yeah, which is absolutely insane, right? Absolutely crazy to think that somebody would hack this and write this exact message and make it look this legit. Maybe, right? I mean, it's hard to know. It's hard to know what's going on right now, but we are going to continue to see what's happening here. Let's go ahead and just surf Twitter here and see what people are talking about. Let's see if there's anything else related to Bitcoin ETFs basically out there right now, if there are any more reports. So Watcher Guru still has their tweet up as well. Breaking: SEC approves all spot Bitcoin ETFs. So people are still reporting this as if it's true. This is what I was covering actually before I went live. Valkyrie Fund's chief investment officer thinks Ripple XRP and Ethereum spot ETFs could be next. Well, that news is tomorrow's news now, because this is the main story. This is the main entree right now. So here's Watcher Guru now fixing what they wrote. Here's the two tweets that we've outlined for you already here, right here on the stream. Breaking: Gary Gensler says SEC's X account was hacked and it has not approved any Bitcoin ETF. So this was the original tweet right here that you're looking at on screen. This thing came out at 4:11. This is what we thought was happening, right? And then this one comes out at 4:26 saying the SEC Gov Twitter account was compromised and an unauthorized tweet was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. Could this just been an intern making a mistake? I mean, that's a scenario we really haven't talked about, right? I mean, could somebody have just pressed the button on this? Let's say this video was meant to be, or this tweet over here was meant to be scheduled, right? Hey, let's draft up that tweet for tomorrow morning. Let's schedule it, or tomorrow afternoon. Let's have it scheduled and ready to go. This is what it would look like, right? This is what it would look like, in my opinion. Maybe it was meant to be scheduled. It was then posted on accident, right, by somebody. Maybe. I mean, that is something that I think could play out. That to me seems likely. That to me, at least right now seems likely. Let me know what you guys think. They removed the tweet now. Okay, so now they have potentially removed the tweet here. Let's see. Yeah, this page does no longer exist. Okay, so the tweet has been taken offline finally, so that's good. That thing was out at 4:11. It took 30 minutes, basically. It took a half hour for them to delete the tweet. What about the actual account? Is the actual account still up? Yes. Okay, they've got a new tweet out, guys. New tweet out now. This was the original tweet, okay? Just so to keep everything on the same page. I know people are popping in here. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Twitter account had been compromised. Okay, that's what we're hearing. At 4:11, a tweet was posted, a message was posted here to X that read this. That tweet has now been deleted, okay? The one you're seeing on screen has now been deleted completely. This is the new tweet now coming from the same account. The SEC Gov X account was compromised in an unauthorized post, and an unauthorized post was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. I think everybody needs to retweet this, by the way, just to get the word out that, okay, just so everybody's on the same page. But this is wild. So absolutely insane. The Bitcoin ETF now is not approved. Gary Gensler saying that the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission, their Twitter account has been compromised, yet they're still tweeting from it, or it was compromised for a short second, or an intern clicked post rather than hit schedule. I've done that. That's all I'm saying. I mean, that would be hilarious if that's what happened. Who knows? But what we do know is that looks like to be a real tweet. I mean, wouldn't this be something that they would really draft up? Where is it? Right here. This was the tweet that has been deleted now. But this looks like something that would exactly be what they would say, right? On Market Watch, it says that they are approved. Yeah, there are a lot of people still reporting this. Was it Cointelegraph or something? BTC Maxis. Man, everybody's in the chat. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, we're breaking this thing down for everybody. This is absolutely absurd. Blame it on AI. This was planned. Let me know what you guys think about this. They posted it prematurely. That's what it looks like to me. It looks as if an intern or somebody was tasked with, this post. Let's draft it up. Let's get it ready so it's ready to hit live. Maybe tomorrow when we're ready to go. And maybe it was set to be maybe this, maybe, just maybe, because guys, I know how X works. Okay, I might have figured this out. So this thing was set to go live at 4:11, right? It was posted at 4:11, 4:11, the information. Okay, now hear me out. Hear me out. 4:11. It was posted at 4:11. Maybe they meant for it to be posted at 4:11 tomorrow, right? On the deadline. Wouldn't that be fitting? Right? Somebody sitting there saying, you know what? Let's post it at 4:11 tomorrow on the deadline. And they accidentally hit January 9th instead of January 10th when they drafted the tweet, maybe at like 3:30 this afternoon. It goes live. The word's out there. It takes them 10 minutes to realize that the post has been sent. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. I can't believe this just happened. You cannot make this up. Again, we're just speculating here. We have no idea what exactly is going on. It does look like an accident to me. I mean, coincidence, I don't know, right? It's very hard to understand what exactly happened here, but I think it's probably just it was a mistake. They accidentally leaked it, too soon. They meant to tweet it tomorrow, right? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. It's funny that the tweet was, posted at 4:11, 4:11. You guys see anything there? Nothing will be approved without regulatory clarity, Zach. Yeah, I know that, dude. But BlackRock playing Gary under the table for this. They're buying cheaper Bitcoin. Well, it's really not that much cheaper, though. That's the thing. We're not really selling off. I mean, a little bit. I guess we are, barely, right? I mean, okay, so before the big pump, where were we at? We were at, 46,600. Okay, so we're at, just under 46,000. It's a little cheaper. It's a little cheaper, but nothing crazy. Bonk and Shib seem to be moving. Buy more ICP. It was not compromised. 44K was bought up fast. Yeah, it was. That was true. ETH is pumping. What about Cock Inu? Hilarious name. I've heard of it, but it's all about Bitcoin right now. We don't have time to talk about Cock Inu right now. All right. What about Cock Inu? Yeah, we don't have time for that. All right. All right. We got to talk about some other things. Man, Ethereum, like, hey, look at me. ETH is pumping crazy times. Really? ETH is pumping now? Yeah, ETH is pumping. What in the hell is going on? So ETH now up 4% in the last hour. Let's see here. What's up? Optimism pumping with it, as you would think. Lido, Arbitrum, Ethereum, Bonk pumping too. Bonk has been pumping here for the last 24. ICP pumping a little bit too. Here comes the graph a little bit as well. Gala Games and Terra Classic up here in the last hour as well. Absolutely crazy what is going on right now, guys. So if you're just checking in, the SEC Gov Twitter account is said to be compromised, and an unauthorized tweet was posted. And now they're saying, again, an unauthorized post was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. This was the tweet that initially came out at 4:11. It looks to be official. It looks like an official tweet, and that's why I went live. I saw everybody reporting on it. It was Watcher Guru. Eleanor was reporting on it. Everybody was reporting on it. That's why I said, let's go live and see what happens here. And then as we're on stream, I get a phone call from one of my moderators in the Discord. Shout out to you, Angela. I appreciate you. That was awesome because it's so hard when you're live to kind of navigate all this. Unbelievable. I get a phone call while we're on stream to find out that Gary Gensler put out a tweet saying that this was all fake. Okay. So what you're seeing on screen now has been taken down. This tweet that you're seeing on screen has been taken down, and we wait to see what happens. Tomorrow's the deadline. Well, I guess we're going to be here for a little longer, right? And wondering what's going to go on. You know what would be hilarious if this same tweet that right here was sent tomorrow, like same time, same tweet, same time. What's the old PTI? Same time tomorrow, knuckleheads. Like Wilbon. That'd be hilarious if this same tweet was sent tomorrow at 4:11. Just there you go. Sorry, we were a day early. That would be hilarious. But I don't know. They're saying it's been compromised. It looks like somebody made a mistake and tweeted it too early or something. I don't know what to think. You guys, I'm sure, have opinions. Drop them in the chat. I want to hear from you guys. My, oh my, what a crazy, crazy turn of events we have this afternoon. This has been wild. I did not expect this to happen when we went live. I thought we were just going to be celebrating, enjoying the news that an ETF has been, accepted. I thought it was going to be just a fun live stream, right? And we were just going to have some fun with it and talk and react. And here we go. We go live, and oh my gosh, was I wrong? Oh my gosh, was I wrong? This has just been wild, absolutely wild. So again, this is not true. Okay, this is the most recent tweet. We'll leave that up for a little bit. All right, let's see what people are saying in the chat. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with us too. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Nothing new under the sun. This shows what a joke the SEC is. Waiting for SHIB news tomorrow. Manipulation at its best. Gary manipulation. I mean, could be testing the reaction, delay tactics, someone getting fired. Every time there's good news, it gets taken away. Honestly, this just shows show well for the crypto community. It just gives Gary and company more reason to potentially deny an ETF. Welcome to 2024. All gone senile. The SEC is not our friends, far from it. Approved? No, not yet, Stefan. It has not been approved. So that tweet that I had up, this is not true. This tweet has been taken down. This has been taken down. They're saying that it's been compromised. The SEC's account has been compromised, and I don't know. They seem to have taken it back over though to send this tweet. Someone is playing games, manipulating our own gains. Red candles, manipulators are manipulating. It was done on purpose to push Bitcoin's price down so Gensler's BlackRock masters can swoop in at the lows. AI tech, Solidus, 100x gem. Gary wants to terrorize people. Are you shocked? Scandal. Man, people are gassed up in the comment sections. Keep your comments coming. Loving everybody's reaction here. And man, it is hard to understand what actually happened here. How the hell is Gary going to protect investors if he can't protect the SEC Twitter account? I blame the aliens that were in Miami. What if the hack of the hack was a hack? Dump BTC. It's really not dumping. I mean, it is dumping a little bit now. I mean, here, let's go into the 30-minute now at least. Okay, so the 30-minute had a spike all the way up to 48K, and now we're at 45.7. Jeez, oh man. It's negative 35 here in Canada, folks. PTSD. The dump of Bitcoin is crazy. The aliens in Miami. Are we not the greatest country in the world? I'm a bit embarrassed right now, David says. Syed says, or they just wanted to check how the market would look or how it would react. Interesting. I don't know what to think here. This took out retail leverage longs. U.S. government, SEC, Gary is a joke. How Gary? This is an interesting idea, though. This took out retail leverage longs. That's pretty crazy. U.S. Gov, SEC, Gary. Now Gary have the purpose of denying the Bitcoin ETF tomorrow. They will approve. We'll see pump today. Does not. Someone made some money. It was on purpose. Tell Gary to stop setting the password to password 123. How you can protect investors when you can't protect a single X account. We've been through much worse. We will all be okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not freaking out here. I'm not freaking out like, okay, it's time to get out of crypto now forever. It's like, it sucks, right? But I mean, look at this. There's still articles. I mean, there's still articles out there like this. Like Reuters is still writing. I mean, these articles are still surfacing. This is not true, guys. SEC, today the SEC grants approval for Bitcoin ETFs for listing on all registered national securities exchanges. Not true. These articles, and these are going to be surfacing. These are not true right now. This is the real news is that the SEC Gov Twitter account was compromised, or they sent a tweet prematurely, and an unauthorized tweet was posted. See, I like that. Unauthorized tweet was posted. That post, I think that post was created, just not authorized, and it was probably meant to go out tomorrow. That's what I think happened. That's just my take. I mean, who knows, right? It's fun to speculate, though. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. Not, has not approved. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Maybe the latest X post is fake and the ETFs are approved. OX number could have prevented this. Yeah, you're right. You're right. OX number, new crypto could have prevented this. Right. Watch Gary is going to use this as an excuse not to approve. I don't think so. If the account was hacked, how did they get access back to it so quickly? Right. That's weird to me as well. That's weird to me as well. Now we know when to buy up if not approved for whatever reason. It must have 2FA required on government accounts. You would think, right? Honestly, a casino is 100% more honest than all of this. Gary is the hacker. Banana Republic at its best. Volt Inu is another scam. Please don't vote for the Democrats next election. Zach, what about the aliens in Miami? I don't think there were any aliens in Miami, guys. I think that was all phony baloney. And I do believe in aliens. So there you go. That's my take on that. Manipulation at its finest. Just trying to dump it so they can buy more, Luke says, or just more of evidence for Gary to get fired. Touchdown ruled out. These people are evil. ADA's going up. This was a test to see how high Bitcoin's price would pump. Harold says somebody has inside news. This is what happens when the SEC gets their hands into our crypto. Holy crap, Boca says. What should wait? We should wait for tomorrow and let's see what happens. Yeah, exactly. The aliens are for real. I think aliens are real, but I don't think they were real in Miami. I've heard many police officers report on that whole situation. More reason to get Gary fired. Gary and the libs love chaos and evil. I don't think it's really Gary, to be honest with you guys. It's just the regime that's in, and he's just he has to appease everybody that's there, right? Account was compromised, but managed to get it back in 31 minutes. Right. Hope it goes to 5K. If the account was hacked, how did they get access back to it so quick? I don't know. That's what's interesting to me as well. And they tweeted on it. Like 20 minutes later, they sent this tweet out, which is kind of crazy, right? So this tweet was sent by Gensler, and then this was the follow-up from the actual account that they said had been compromised. I don't know. SEC, careful what you read on the internet. The best source of information about the SEC is the SEC. They will above tomorrow to cover their ass. Gary just tested its manipulation to see. It's on, boys. It's on. Somebody got paid under the table after liquidation, going to 50K. I was napping. Must the excitement. They always do tests, just like the pandemic. I mean, who knows? Question C: who benefited from the hack and fake news? Wow, you guys are fired up, absolutely fired up. Man, I think this was a mistake by somebody who was supposed to schedule the tweet for tomorrow. Yeah, wake up, Boca. We got a lot to get into, man. Come on, ain't nobody taking naps right now. Come on, I want to see an investigation of this. People got wrecked. Yeah, there's definitely some people who got wrecked. I mean, we were up here, spiked all the way up to 48K. I'm sure people were buying this dip all the way up, and then bang, news comes out that it's fake, and we spike wick all the way down underneath 45,000, which is crazy. Crazy to see. Now let's go into the 3 minute just to get a better idea. All right, so we're still kind of hovering here right now at 45.5. Yeah, about a 5K dump. Well, no, not quite 5K, right? We were at 48 and we went to 45. So about a 3K dump. About a 3K dump. It was interesting that the tweet was stated that all applications were approved. SEC wouldn't say it that way. That's interesting. That's an interesting thought, Scott. But wait, was their tweet? Hold on. Why wouldn't they say it that way? There was 12 applications. Why wouldn't they say it that way? All registered national securities exchanges. Wait, today the SEC grants approval for Bitcoin ETFs for listing on all registered national securities exchanges. That is true. All registered national securities exchanges, they didn't all apply right? They didn't all apply, did they? That was kind of weirdly worded. That's a good point, Scott. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. Perfect move to get rid of many people. Will go up from now, guys. Don't worry. You don't select a photo and hit post on accident. No, I'm saying you can select a photo and you schedule the tweet for 411 and it's supposed to be 411 tomorrow and you schedule it for 411 today when you drafted the tweet at 350. I've done that. I've drafted a tweet at 350 today and it's supposed to go out 4 o'clock tomorrow and I just put 4 o'clock and boom, it goes out 4 o'clock today. That could happen. 2 minutes of silence, please. Yeah, a moment of silence for just for the whole crypto community here. Gary was hacked, not the SEC. No way in hell his account was hacked. It's not his account. It's the SEC government account. It's the SEC government account. That tweet was then taken down, but then they were still able to tweet this directly after from the same account. But they're saying that this account had been compromised. Buy ETF dreams. All my friends and family I've been trying to help get into crypto are not very encouraged by these games. BTC dropping, damn, no ETF. We're okay though. I mean, it's not crazy. I mean, it's dropping, but we're okay. What the heck? What a joke! What a roller coaster of emotions. Yeah, for sure. Did you really just talk about Miami aliens? Yeah, man. Everybody's talking about it. 9.3 billion SHIB got burned like 9 hours ago. Nice. What a joke. This was a term work. If you check KuCoin Trading, they've been buying BTC, ETH, and Solana all week. Interesting. Reply to him to hurry up with approval. Man, people are gassed up in the comment section. This is nuts. Why you look like a young Gary? I hope, well, Daniel, come on now. Food for thought, done on purpose to see how the market would react. A lot of people saying that. A lot of people saying, maybe this was just done to see how the market would respond. My, oh my. Great opportunity to trade Bitcoin. Take advantage of emotional selling. It's going to be approved. It's just a matter of time, a matter of when. I agree with this. It is a great time to trade right now. Volatility is going to be at a peak. Going to be at a peak right now. SEC just got famous. Manipulation at its finest. Oh, man. It's been approved. No, not yet, Baggy. So that was the news, and then it, was taken down. I better take it off here. So this is what came after it, Baggy, just so you're aware, and everybody else. I can't keep it on that page because then people think, oh my gosh, it got approved. Look at Eric Bakunis' tweet from 2 minutes ago. He also thinks that someone at the SEC tweeted on accident too soon. Yeah, see, I told you, man. I mean, this is Eric Bakunis. I agree with you, brother. I know that this guy's been covering this shit heavily here. I agree with him 100%. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like to me. How do you spell his name again? Bal Kunis. Here he is. Okay, I know he's been covering this. Senior ETF analyst for Bloomberg has been covering this. All right, so on TV right now talking about this, I think someone prepped a planned tweet. Yes, Eric, this is exactly what I was saying. Prepped a planned tweet and put wrong date because the tweet would have made perfect sense tomorrow at this time. 100%. 411. The tweet was going to go out at 411. It went out at 411. 100%. I think Balkunis, you and I are on the same page here, brother. Yeah, this tweet went out at 411, guys. Keep in mind, this tweet that has since been taken down went out at 411. 411, we got the 411 on the deadline. This tweet was prepped for tomorrow. That's what I think happened here. The language sounds legit, SEC-ish, in my opinion, versus a crypto knucklehead pulling a prank, but I guess we'll see. The only thing that's weird in the verbiage to me in the verbiage is all registered national securities exchanges. Like, would they all get it if they didn't apply? Right? Wouldn't it be like the select 12? Or am I wrong here? Right? And then this tweet was sent again 15 minutes later. This was sent at 4:11. This was sent at 4:26. The SEC Gov Twitter account has been compromised. An unauthorized tweet was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. But I agree here with Eric. I mean, here you go. People are talking about it too. People are breaking it down. Gary Gensler says SEC Twitter account was compromised. These are the screenshots from around the news, guys. Insane. Last comment. Eric having the craziest theory. Eric arguing that the SEC scheduled the tweet for tomorrow. This isn't a crazy theory, though. This isn't crazy at all. This is, to me, this is likely. Think about it. 411. You're meant to post it at the end of the day on the deadline. You're scheduling it out for tomorrow. It's very SEC-like. They would have that little picture on there. It looks exactly how it would look. To me, this is not a crazy theory at all. I mean, this is what you come up with when you really critically look at it and think, you know what? What could have really happened here? I think that's looking at it critically. I think Eric's 100% right. We said it right here on the stream. Eric arguing the SEC scheduled the tweet for tomorrow and put it on the drafts, but they misscheduled it for today. Exactly what we said. Exactly what we said. I mean, I don't know if we're right, but I mean, that would be my theory. If I was a betting man and I was going to Vegas tomorrow, or there was 4 different scenarios, I think this one would be minus 110. And I'm taking minus 110. I'm taking this scenario right here. Right? I don't know. That's where I'm at on this. What do you guys think? I know new people are coming in here. Also, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys do that. I would love to get this thing, get our channel over 123,000 subs. We're getting really close. That'd be awesome if you guys can help us get over the hump. We're here every day grinding throughout the bear market. Almost been here for 3 years. If you guys are new to my channel, you guys are getting some value here. You love what you're seeing. Seriously, it would mean the world to me to click that subscribe button, join up with us, and let's send this thing over 123,000 subs. That would fire me up right now. Probably make me pour a glass of whiskey because I need something right now. It's 5 o'clock here on the East Coast. I need a glass of whiskey. If we get to 123,000 subs, I'm pouring myself a nice glass of bourbon and going to try to make sense of all this because, geez, oh man. All right, so recap this again, Zach. What is the 411 stuff? All right, so I might be getting a little crazy with the 411 stuff. All right, but the tweet was sent at 411. Maybe that's a little bit too deep, but it's interesting, though. It's interesting. So this tweet was sent at 411. There's no timestamp on this, by the way, but it was sent at 411. We covered it right here on the channel. It was sent at 411, 411. We got the information, 411. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's, just, what do you call it? Happenstance or whatever. Today, the SEC grants approval for the Bitcoin ETFs. So this tweet comes out. 15 minutes later, Gary Gensler said that account was compromised. The ETFs are not approved. All I'm saying is the likely scenario here, because this looks legit, and then they tweet from that same account this. The X account was compromised. An unauthorized post was posted. Like, how are they tweeting from this? Homie doesn't even drink. You're going to have a shot. I barely drink anymore, but I need a glass of whiskey or something after this. Lawrence, I appreciate you, man. Trying my best to break things down, dude. So just absolutely insane, guys. I mean, can you imagine this? I mean, I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming at all. This is absolutely insane. Crazy. Nobody going to hack his account. Hell no. I mean, yeah, so that's what happened. New Watcher Guru tweet. All right, so Watcher Guru's got some new information out. But I'm with Eric here. I'm with Eric on this. I think this is exactly how it played out. Eric arguing the SEC scheduled its tweet for tomorrow, put it on drafts, but then they misscheduled it for today. That seems like very likely to me. I mean, Eric, Bunny doesn't think like this could happen. I think that's very likely. I've made that mistake. Like I've done that, scheduling my tweets. It's very easy to do. Very easy to do. I mean, that to me is exactly what can happen here. All right. So Watcher Guru, what do we got here? Watcher Guru says, just in, securities lawyers say SEC will have to investigate itself for market manipulation following the hacked Bitcoin ETF approval post. Fox Business reports. Wait a minute. Oh, they're being facetious. They're being funny here, right? The SEC lawyers says SEC will have to investigate itself for market manipulation following the hacked Bitcoin ETF approval post. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't even believe this, man. I really can't even believe this. Please look at Edward Snowden's tweets. All right, yeah, we got to see that. Let's see what Edward Snowden is saying. Oh man, this is crazy. All you can do is laugh sometimes, right? I mean, all you can do is laugh. Um, Sometimes that's all you can do. Oh, he retweeted this. Careful what you read on the internet. The best source of information about the SEC is the SEC. Oh my gosh. Look at Benjamin Cowan. Can you give me a 5-minute heads up before the spot Bitcoin ETF is approved? I'm going to say kind of until it wasn't. Oh, that's hilarious. This did not age well. That is hilarious. Edward Snowden's going off. You had one job. I tweeted this on the wrong account again, didn't I? Oh my gosh. So Edward Snowden's saying he tweeted it from the wrong account. Oh my gosh. You can't make this shit up. What is going on, man? Oh, just enjoy life, man. Just enjoy it while you're here. And you know what I mean? And let's try to make the most of it, man. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. I mean, at the end of the day, this shit that we're experiencing right now, I mean, what I mean, what? What just happened? Holy crap. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely nuts. It's baffling to me. I mean, I can't even believe it. We're probably going to go live later tonight too. Once I like have the ability to kind of like process all this. Probably going to go live later tonight. So guys, make sure you guys come back later for the stream. I don't know exactly when it'll be. Probably around like 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that. I'll set it up before. I'm going to come on with my buddy Mark later, because we'll have more information by then. It'll be a lot more to unpack. I was looking into this whole XRP ETF. I was having a nice afternoon. And then I said, oh my gosh, we got breaking news Bitcoin ETF approved. And then it wasn't. And then it wasn't. Um, hey guys, quick plug. I know I got a lot of people here. Don't hate me, but I am going to plug my own company, XT Algo. If you guys are interested in getting into trading, links are down below. You can start up today. We've got a ton of people rocking with us right now, making a ton of money with crypto and stocks. It's a 30-day money back guarantee. If you guys want to start up today, give it a shot. Instead of 47, it's 37 a month. 30-day money back guarantee. Links down below. It's one of the best trading indicators out on the market. I had it built by the best of the best, man. And I've been doing a lot of trading here in the last few months. It's been a great market to trade in. So if you guys are interested in that, check it out. All right. So let me go back here. We'll keep this up because a lot of people still checking in. Tori said you can't even make this up. Yeah. Zach Cruz, what is going on? Hey man, what's happening? So Zach Cruz is a former student of mine, man. What's up, Zach? How you doing, dude? Former student of mine when I was a professor from way back in the day. So what's up, man? So the SECX account was compromised and an unauthorized post was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. Absolutely insane, guys. Um, absolutely insane. Jeez, oh man. Gensler's password was password 123. Should find itself. Oh, password 123 explanation point. Oh man, I can't believe that. We gotta let some more light in here on the camera here. There we go. Let some more light. There we go. What a wild day, guys. I'm kind of speechless at the moment. Anybody else have any crazy tweets we can look at? Hit the like so Zach can have some bourbon. Casablanca, what's up? Trying to get me to drink some bourbon right now. It's not expected until the 13th anyway. No, we had the 10th, right? Did it get approved? No. So, quick recap, guys. This was the tweet that initially went out. Everybody thought it was live, it was ready to go. And then apparently the SEC Gov Twitter account got hacked. It was compromised. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin ETFs. So that's what happened here this afternoon. We had this news. Everybody thought it was live, and then it wasn't. The SEC Gov X account was compromised and an unauthorized post was posted. The SEC has not approved the listings. Let's go see if there's anything else worth taking a look at. Twitter's our source, obviously. Peter Schiff, Bitcoin spiked near 48K, then dumped near 45K following a hacked Gary Gensler post announcing the approval of Bitcoin ETFs. An actual approval is expected tomorrow. With so many speculators expecting a rally, it's hard to believe the market will deliver. Better to sell today. Peter. Peter at it again. Theory, Crypto T says, what if they were doing a scheduled tweet but set it for the wrong date and time and then blamed it on a hack? That's what we are saying on stream and have been for an hour. The tweet was posted at 4:11 to make things even more interesting. You know what? I'm going to tweet that originally, guys. Go ahead and share this out there. I know the original breaking tweet that has now been called a hack was posted at 4:11. Interesting time. Maybe the tweet was supposed to be scheduled for 4:11 EST on January 10th. And someone scheduled it on the wrong date. BTC, Bitcoin. Wow. I am speechless, to be honest with you guys. Pretty speechless. Pretty crazy. So the ETF chaos is going on right now with Mario too. Man, oh man. All right, let's see if anybody else is saying anything on Twitter here. Let's see here. Bitcoin ETF. Latest. Let's see. So this is funny. Fox Business said the SEC may need to conduct an internal investigation for potential market manipulation following the misleading tweet about a spot Bitcoin ETF. I can't. I guess you can't investigate the SEC. What's some of the top here? Lark, breaking, Bitcoin ETFs have been approved. It's real. It's happening. The SEC just announced it. Breaking, the SEC account was hacked and it has not been approved yet. Fuck. Oh my goodness. Absolutely crazy. Altcoin Daily started a Twitter space here. You know what, guys? How about we go over and start a Twitter space? If we can get all 900 people here that are on this stream to come over to Twitter, I'll start a Twitter space right now. What do you guys think? We'll take it off this platform and go over there. What do you guys think? Drop in the chat if you guys are down, and we'll tell everybody what my theory is. I mean, I'm sure more people are saying that than just me, but let's do that. How about we do that? All right. So here, let me schedule it. Let's see here. Bitcoin ETF hack or mistake. BT. Here we go. Bitcoin. All right. So we are going to schedule the space for literally like 5:25. Okay. Boom. Should be able to copy link. Share it to X. Is that cool? The Bitcoin. I mean, it's not the platform's fault. I don't think it's the platform's fault. It's the people who are using the platform's fault, right? Actually, you know what? We could stay here too. We could just stay here too. That's what we can do. We'll just stay live here too, and go live on the space. All right. How about we do that? We'll just stay live here. So if you want to listen here, we can stay here, and then we'll have other people talking here, but we'll keep it on stream too. How about that? All right. So that's what we'll do. We'll keep it on stream and on a Twitter space. How about that? That's the best of both worlds, isn't it? Stay live YouTube too. Yeah, exactly. All right, I'll stay live on YouTube too. Absolutely crazy, guys. Phew. Crazy, crazy, crazy day. This is insane. If you guys could, oh wait, my buddy Mark wants a link. Hold on one sec, guys. I'm gonna bring my buddy Mark on here too. All right, so my buddy Mark might come on with us too. All right, so let's see here. So the tweet has been posted. The tweet's posted for 5:25, guys. So if you guys want to come over on Twitter, and that way I can hear from you guys. If you guys, so here's the thing: if you guys want to speak, I'll bring you guys up, no problem. So you guys can just come over on Twitter and join on the Twitter space. If you don't want to speak and you just want to listen in, you're welcome to stay here on YouTube. We'll be talking about it on both platforms. Okay. So you guys can stay right here. Or if you want to say something and speak up, all I ask, if you guys could help me retweet that tweet over on my Twitter account, that would be awesome. If you can help me do that, that would be sick. So get that out there and get more people gearing up and fired up, ready to go. All right. So let's see. Should we just go ahead and start it now? All right, let's go ahead and start it now. Okay. All right. So we're starting the Twitter space now, guys. Go ahead and fire that thing up. So let me tag some friends here too. NYF crypto. I don't know why his thing doesn't come up. All right. All right. So what's going on, everybody? We are live on YouTube and live here in the Twitter space. So I want to hear other people's thoughts on this for sure. I'm just making a quick Twitter post right now. So we've got people already requesting. We will bring you up for sure. So Latency will add you as a speaker here. Latency, if you wouldn't mind, man, I would love to get your thoughts here while I formulate this tweet. How you doing, man? What's going on? What are your thoughts on all this? Latency, you there? If anybody wants to be a speaker, come on up. We're breaking this down. What actually happened with the Bitcoin ETF tweet? Was it a hack or was it a mistake? What are your thoughts? XRD, you're up here. If you want to communicate, you want to talk a little bit, have at it, man. That's all I wanted to say here. Thank you for giving me that time. Hopefully it's get better. Thanks so much for that, man. And by the way, we got people on YouTube listening in. We've got a ton of people over there. And if you are on YouTube and you want to come over and communicate with us and share your thoughts, come on over. Yeah, it just seems really, really weird. You bring up a good point too. I'm still trying to understand what that really means because, to my knowledge, it was 12 people or 12 organizations that had put in their applications, meaning everybody wouldn't be just approved. And maybe they just didn't specify in that tweet. Other than that, though, the tweet itself looked to be official. It really did. It looked to be an official tweet. It looked like it would be something that they would draft up, very similar. I think, personally, I'm in the camp of this thing was probably scheduled for tomorrow, set out to go on the deadline late in the day. It's kind of how they do things, right? Especially these big announcements. They don't usually do them, right away in the mornings. Usually they wait till late in the day, end of the deadline, drag it out a little bit, and then give you something there toward the end. So let's see here. Latency. It looks like he came down. Anybody else want to talk on the Twitter space? Come on up. We welcome everybody. I want to hear everybody's thoughts. We've got, let's see, anybody requesting at the moment? It doesn't look like it. But, I'll give you guys my thoughts on this just first and foremost. I don't think this necessarily causes panic from people. I mean, because the same big players are still going to get in here, right? I mean, they're still going to get in here and make money. A lot of people saying market manipulation. It could have been, but in reality, Bitcoin's price didn't tank that much. 3,000, okay, it's 3,000. It depends on how much you're buying. But I don't know. It's hard to kind of unpack that. But I don't know, man. I thought we would see a little bit of a dip. So it's kind of funny. Initially, when we saw the dip, I thought, well, that's just a little bit of sell the news event. People have finally taken profits. They haven't taken their profits out, from the big run up that we had in 2023. Which that kind of surprised me too. I thought eventually we'd see Bitcoin come down to about 38,000. We haven't seen that yet. But wow, what a crazy day. Wild turn of events. And insane, right? Absolutely insane. Can't believe it. Let's see if there's anybody else out in the crowd that wants to come up. You guys are more than welcome to come up, share your thoughts here. Let me see if there's anybody. I don't think so. All right, we'll keep it going there. If you guys want to, please feel free. All right. So let's see if there's anything else here. Anything else being said from any like top accounts or anything like that? Nothing as of right now. Let's see here. Man, I thought this was just going to be a fun afternoon, man. A fun stream turned into madness. All you could do sometimes is just laugh, man. All you could do is laugh sometimes. But what did strike me is that tweet was sent out at 4:11. Like, are you kidding me? Like, really? I mean, maybe I'm just looking at it too deep or something, but I don't know. There's some irony there for sure. Let's see. So Bitcoin Archive put out a great tweet. I don't know if you guys saw this. Pretty hilarious. Bitcoin ETF approval countdown. They're basically just counting it down now to 4:11 tomorrow. They got a countdown for 4:11 tomorrow. So there's that. Crypto Foxy, I don't know if you want to come up and speak, but I'm going to invite you. Hopefully you can, because I don't want to talk to myself. I'm going to invite you. Let's see. Anybody else out there? Come on, guys. Don't be shy. Come on up and, I want to get a conversation going. I don't like just talking to myself here. Let's see here. Although that's what I do on YouTube is right now I'm live talking to myself. So Twitter Spaces, I'm running both of them at the same time here. Kind of interesting. So what people on YouTube are saying, the U.S. government is a big criminal mafia club with a lot of mobsters. Fool me once, shame on you. Zach, we're shy to talk on space. We're shy to talk on spaces. Yeah, guys, don't be shy. You watch people, they'll approve it closer to the halving. Breaking SEC is confirmed. Gary is an incompetent baboon. This is what people are saying. BlackRock is not an exchange. New York Stock Exchange is an exchange. Curtis, that's a good point. Okay, so looking back at that tweet, that's what they were referring to. Okay, that's a good point. So the original tweet on all registered national securities exchanges, you're right. You're right. BlackRock is not an exchange. So that makes sense that they would be accepted on the registered exchanges. Good point. Curtis, that's a good point. Over on YouTube. Foxy, what's going on?
Hey, Zach, can you hear me?
Got you loud and clear. This is crazy, huh?
What a freaking day, man. Like, I couldn't believe it. I popped on X to see what the news was, and bam, saw the tweet from the SEC, and I was like, wow. So, immediately, obviously, I go over and text, like, Austin, because I saw you already had your live stream scheduled, so I was Zach knows, and then, and then I was like, I was checking all the sources, right? You check the SEC, you check Washer Guru, you check, the big names that aren't normally going to release fake news, and then it's like, bam, it's not true. I saw Gary's tweet, and I was like, oh my god. Sorry for calling you in the middle of your live stream, but I thought you could probably know.
No,
it was pretty crazy.
That was perfect, and I needed it too, because you know how it is when you get going and you're like, I was live. I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, it's great news. Let's cover it. Let's react. And I would have saw it eventually, but you got me on it way quicker. So I appreciate that. That was awesome. And then, we quickly turned the page from Bitcoin ETF being approved to not approved to a hack to what exactly happened. What are your thoughts on what happened?
Honestly, I think it can either, well, obviously it can go a couple of ways, but it could be, like we said, a scheduled tweet, right? I've done those so many times. Businesses do them constantly. You know, you're not there 24/7 to make, posts or whatever. I should call them posts, I guess. Now they're not really tweets, but, and you schedule them. And, it gives you a little calendar. You hit your thing, you hit schedule. But the thing is with scheduled posts, is sometimes when you add like media, like images or anything, it glitches on you and you have to go back and then you have to like redo. You almost have to like redo it or whatever. So it very well could have been a mistake. I'm not saying that just because I'm normally bullish or whatever, but it actually could have been a mistake. They might have hit post by mistake. But yeah, it is a possibility that they got hacked as well. So, and I don't think Gary got hacked. I think either the SEC got hacked or it was a misscheduled post.
Yeah,
I think one of the two.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think it's one of those two. I mean, it could certainly been that they were hacked, and if they were, man, that was a great looking tweet. It looked exactly like they would write it up.
Fooled me.
Yeah,
they fooled everybody.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Wicked, what's going on, man? What are your thoughts on all this?
Hey, how's it going? You got me?
Yeah, man.
I might be way off on this, but I was just thinking, do you think it's possible that there's some kind of like inside battle in the SEC? Like maybe some of the officials want this thing to go live and Gary's kind of the one pushing back, like wants it delayed as long as he possibly can. Like there's maybe like an inside battle.
It's an interesting idea. I mean, I certainly think there's a lot of that going on. I think, I mean, we're obviously dealing with just like super powerful figures, powerful companies. And I think once BlackRock came to the fold, I mean, it was kind of like game over, right? So that's an interesting point. Foxy, what do you think on that?
I'm going to be honest. It did cross my mind because I do know that some of the members of the SEC have come forward and they don't necessarily agree with the way Gensler handles crypto. So to that point, I mean, who has the password? Who has the keys to the X account? That's my question.
Like I remember seeing a few days ago a thing of saying 3 of the 5 SEC officials. I forget the exact wording what it was, but it said something about like they believe it's going to be approved or like they want it to go live or something. And I feel like Gary's like so anti crypto now for some reason, like especially after him being a professor. It's weird to me. I don't know.
It really is weird, when you think about it, because he kind of plays this role as if like he doesn't know anything about crypto. But yeah, you're right. I mean, all you have to do is go online, and there are public, videos where he's talking about blockchain in not like beginner type ways, right? Like very sophisticated type ways. So it is interesting. I think a lot of it is, man. It's just the powers that be. They have an opinion, and they tell him how to think about it, what to say, and and how to frame things. And it'll be interesting to see if that narrative flips a little bit when these things do get approved. I don't know. Let's see. Anybody else want to chime in? XRD, what's up? You got any thoughts on all this?
I just gotta know. I want to know, how do you guys feel about tomorrow? Is it gonna still happen? Is it not gonna happen? Is it gonna be delayed? I feel like it's still gonna happen, but I don't know. I feel like they're gonna delay it for a few more days or a few more weeks because of all this craziness going on. How do you guys think about that?
Yeah, it's interesting. I hope not. I mean, here's the thing. In terms of all of the things that they needed to get done, it looked as if those were all going to be finished up, prior to the deadline. The last kind of filings, the last, at least that's what I was reading from all this stuff I was looking at from Eleanor. She was covering that, kind of really closely there. So, I mean, from that standpoint, I don't think any of that changes. But you bring up a good point. I mean, they have an out now, which is interesting, right? They do have an out now. Hey, based on all these changes,
I don't think they can delay though, because Ark Invest is their final decision is due tomorrow. So they have to come up with a valid reason to deny.
That's a good point. So do you know, is it just ARK that's deadline tomorrow? Is that why this January 10th deadline is it, or is it all 12?
No, I think it's just ARK is on their final decision tomorrow, and then I think the other ones are in like March.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because that's what we had heard, that they could push this thing out to March. That was like some of the FUD that came out a few days ago. Okay, that makes sense. So what do you? I mean, do you think Wicked they get approved tomorrow? I mean, do you think it's a done deal and they just?
I honestly, I 100% agree with you. I think it was supposed to be a scheduled tweet, and I think somebody accidentally put the wrong date, and it took them a minute to realize when it went out, and they had to get back in and come up with an excuse saying that they were hacked or whatever, right? But
yeah.
I think it's going to go live. There's been too many people that have too much information saying that it's basically a done deal for it to be denied.
Agreed. Yeah, there's too much smoke, and usually where there's smoke, there's fire. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious too that it was sent out perfectly at 4:11. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just.
I got what you mean there with the 4:11. I was thinking the same thing with that too.
Yeah, man. I mean, come on, you can't make that shit up, right? But
how do you think the issuers feel about all this manipulation? Like, do you think BlackRock cares, or do you think they took advantage of it, or like, what do you think the big boys think right now?
I think BlackRock's been buying for a really long time. I mean, there's evidence that they bought on October 23rd. I mean, if you go back and look at all the charts, everything pumped like absolute crazy on October 23rd. And I mean, huge green candles. And I think they've been buying.
The day that Fink went on NBC or on TV saying that it was a good asset or something to have.
He might have even said that. He might even have said that before. I mean, but yeah, I mean, the whole thing started. I can't remember exactly when that was, but the whole thing started. You're right, when Fink kind of switched his tune, because for years he was saying that crypto's whatever, it's going to die on the vine. It's not that important, but as it continued to get bigger and bigger, the tune shifted. And then he's been really talking about the whole real world asset tokenization of every security thing now for a while. That's been something he's really addressed. But I think they've been buying for a while. So, I mean, yeah, could they have, tanked the price from 48 to 45 and bought more at 45? Like, yeah, but I think they've been buying for a really long time. And we have evidence that Fidelity has certainly been in Bitcoin for years. Since 2014, Fidelity was mining Bitcoin. It's right on their website. It's public. Like, which is crazy. And they act as if like they're new to the table. They're new to the table in that they're here to take things over. But I mean, they've had exposure, Let's see here. Oh, Carmen's out there. Carmen, I'd love to get your thoughts on all of this. I'm going to invite you to speak if you want to. Feel free. I'd love to bring Carmen up. She's been in blockchain for a lot longer than I have been in here. So I know she would have some really interesting insight and opinions. So Carmen, the invite's out to you if you're interested in popping on and giving us your thoughts. And that goes for everybody out there too. If you guys want to pop up here, would love to hear some other people's opinions, ideas here. What happened? What do you think's going to, play out from this? But Wicked, anything else on your mind, man? I'm kind of at a loss here for a second.
No, I just wanted to chime in and get my thoughts out there. But I just want to say I love your channel, buddy. I watch you every day. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely appreciate that. I don't do enough of these X spaces, man. They're fun though, because I get to like interact with people. So I always say I'm going to do more of them. Maybe I do them in this style where we go live on YouTube, and then if you want to like engage, we do the X spaces too. That can be kind of cool. But
I'd love that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'm going to make a note. Yeah, I felt like it was right today because I know so many people have a different opinions on what's going on, and definitely wanted to kind of get other people's thoughts. So, in the grand scheme of things, though, guys, I don't think this really changes much. I think there's still going to be a lot of money coming in, and it's not all going to come in at once. I was talking to some people in traditional finance too, and a lot of them haven't really changed their opinion yet, which I think is good. Because that just goes to show you, I think those opinions are going to change over the course of this bull run. Slowly but surely, you're going to have people turning over to Bitcoin and saying, you know what? Okay. And you know what happens when Bitcoin starts running? FOMO happens. Imagine how many more people that don't get in now as Bitcoin inches closer to, an all-time high. and they have access. They can actually go to their financial advisor now and say, you know what, I was wrong. Yeah, get me in there. Give me some exposure, and I think that's going to happen for sure. We've got Carmen up here. Carmen, I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this. How are you? What's going on?
Hey, Zach. Hey, you know what? I just thought I'd take a mic real quick and just share this moment with you because let the memes begin. I mean, Twitter is on fire right now. We're hearing speculations about, hey, maybe this wasn't a hack. Maybe this was a scheduled tweet that was done incorrectly. Michael Saylor is out there saying, hey, Bitcoin might be the only thing the SEC approves twice. We have people dredging up former tweets from the SEC saying, hey, the best way to know about the SEC is to follow the SEC and get it from us. And, so I don't think, just like you, I don't think that this is really going to change anybody's trajectory or plan or opinion today. But I do think what has been impacted is, number one, we have an indication of what the first few minutes or seconds will look like if this news is announced. And so that might change some people's strategies. And then number two, I mean, my hearts go out to the people who are, in positions that this negatively affected them. But that's pretty much my 2 cents here. I'm going to sit down with my popcorn and continue to watch the show.
Awesome, Carmen. I really appreciate your insights there. And yeah, it is something to definitely note. I mean, some people got wrecked here on the news for sure. I mean, Bitcoin pumped up to 48K, then dialed back on a wick down all the way to like 45, I think, at last check. I'm going to bring up XRP King. He's requesting the mic, or she's requesting the mic. We'll see what they have to say. How are we doing? What are your thoughts here on all of this? XRP King, you there? All right, XRP King, if you want to bounce in a little bit, we'll save you a spot. We've got somebody else requesting.
I'm sorry about that. I would love to talk in a little bit. I appreciate for your chance, but I'll talk in a little. I'll listening to you guys, just to get ideas and see what else I can say. But I appreciate if you need to put somebody else, go for it.
Definitely appreciate you. So is it Jacob? Jacob, are you there? What are your thoughts on all of this? If you want to jump in, feel free. I think everybody gets a little shy when they get on the Twitter space. Everybody gets a little gun shy on the Twitter space. That's all right. Well, if anybody else out there wants to pop on, feel free to do that. So it'll be interesting to see, if where Bitcoin kind of lands ahead of this time tomorrow, which I think everybody's going to be watching now tomorrow around the same time frame, late afternoon. What happens to Bitcoin from now until then? That'll be interesting. Right now, we're still hovering just under 46,000. So I'm looking at it here on the 3-minute chart. Nothing too crazy here. I mean, obviously we had the big sell-off from, 47.8, 47.9, all the way back down to 44.9. Since then, we've bounced off 45 all the way back up to 46 right now, actually, as we speak. So early in the day, we were at 46.7. So nothing too crazy. I'm interested to see if we get back up to that kind of 46.7, 46.8 range, like, hey, this never happened. And then, we'll see what happens on the news tomorrow. In terms of, what we can expect, what I've been thinking is, a little price pop up to 50,000. I think that's a psychological number. I don't think we're going to go to all-time highs on this. I could be wrong. We're all just guessing here. But I think eventually we're going to get some type of 20, 25%, maybe even 30% correction on Bitcoin. If you think about it, since January of last year, all we've done is go up, right? I mean, we went from 16 to 44,000 in a year's time frame. It was shocking to me people didn't take any off the table, kind of, at the end of the year there, but not quite, because we knew we had the Bitcoin ETF coming in January, right? So maybe they're waiting for that to get approved, and that'll be their little point to take some profits off the table. Who knows, right? I mean, I guess it just depends on your time frame here. If you're thinking about Bitcoin short term, then that's a little bit more applicable. If you're thinking about Bitcoin long term, maybe not so much, right? So if any of the speakers have thoughts on that, would love to hear from you. Wicked, did you unmute there for a minute? Yeah.
I would assume that this is just my thoughts, but I would assume that March is probably going to be the pullback month. I think there's going to be a pretty good pump here late January, early February, if we get the approval. And then I think some people will start taking profits maybe early March before the halving, pull back a little bit, and then repump again in April there. But that's just my opinion. But I haven't taken any profits yet myself because I was assuming that it was going to get approved here first few weeks of January. Actually, my birthday's on the 15th, so I think that would be super cool if it got approved on my birthday.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be sweet, man. No, I think you bring up a good point. Are you just thinking that based on where some of those other deadlines are, and also with the Bitcoin halving coming up in April?
What do you mean? I think like there was just so much talk that the approval was going to be early January, so I was just going to hold out and see what happens.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think, it's interesting too, because we've got the halving coming up. This year is shaping up to just be big story after big story after big story. And oh yeah, it's an election year in the United States. I mean, this is pretty nuts, actually, what we've got going on right now. It'll be interesting to see just how much Bitcoin is talked about when we get closer to, the political frenzy and debates and things like that. I know some candidates have made it a point to address it and talk about it. Some have not. So we'll see, kind of what happens when that rolls around too. But no matter what, it's going to be, I think, a year filled with things that impact our markets in a lot of different ways. So that should be a ton of fun. We've got, I think it's Jonathan over on the other side of that mic. Jonathan, is that you, man?
Yes, it is. How you doing?
Good. What's happening, man? What are your thoughts on everything that's transpired here today?
Well, my thoughts are it's really bad news that it kind of broke that way. It just makes everybody look kind of unsettled. You know what I mean? I really wished it would have just come out properly and the news hit and everything just pushed. And of course, you are right. People are going to take profits, but that's my feeling on today.
Gotcha. Yeah. It sucks for a lot of people who might have been in a trade or something like that, as Carmen kind of alluded to there. Like, if you're playing the long game, maybe not so much, right? I think people were just kind of probably hanging in there anyway. But XRP King, you're unmuted. Do you want to pop in and give your thoughts, or what do you got?
Yeah, it's nice to get speaking to you, Zach. I've been watching your videos and stuff like that too, on Shiba Inu and also Bitcoin. I think Gary Gensler is actually causing a massive problem for the cryptocurrency market. It's the same things happening now is what happened with the XRP ETF. It had actually come off on the Delaware website, and then they come out in the turn and said, well, somebody else filed that. But when I looked into it, there has to be two main members of the SEC has to be there to actually to look at it. And then I think it's the sorry, I'm lost.
No, you're good.
I'm just trying to, so they have to have like an official hire to sign off on it then. So I want to know why the XRP ETF wasn't approved, and then now it's Bitcoin. Now they're sending out tweets. I don't think Twitter, their account was hacked at all. I really don't. I think this is just a big game they're playing.
I completely agree with that.
It's just the SEC's talking about damaging investors. They're the one that's damaging investors. It's not the cryptocurrency market. It's them.
Yeah, no, I can't argue that point. I mean, no matter what, something weird happened, right? Something weird went down. Whether they were hacked. Here's something we haven't really addressed here, though. If they were hacked, how did they tweet from the same account 20 minutes later?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. I mean, I don't get it.
No, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, to me, right out of the gate, I mean, my initial gut was just like, okay, I said some intern. I mean, it could have been somebody who works full time. Who knows, right? But it feels as if like, oh, some intern had it scheduled, ready to go, and oh shit, it went out today. It was supposed to go out at 4:11 tomorrow. Damn.
Do you think they give an intern the authority to just throw tweets like that, though?
Well, I mean, do you think people actually run that account who like should be running the account? A lot of those people are older. They may not know how to use Twitter. I mean, yeah, I think a lot of the government, Twitter accounts are run by interns. We know for sure a lot of political people don't run their own account, right? Like they're run by whoever else,
Yeah,
right?
that's the SEC main account. Like anything that goes out on that account, that's a very important account. I think it's probably only a handful of people that have authority to tweet. I still go back to it was supposed to be scheduled. That's my first thought. I think it was supposed to be scheduled for tomorrow, and Gary or whoever accidentally put it for today, and then realized that they didn't, and tried to pull back on it, come up with some excuse. I don't know if I believe that it was that they were hacked or an intern. It's just my thoughts, though.
Yeah, I guess so. My point is, I mean, I agree. I think it was a scheduled post. I'm with you on that. It's just who scheduled the post. I guess you're right. I mean, maybe it was somebody who, is very high up, but that's a big mistake to make, right? Like on that kind of news where everybody's on edge, like, man, that's a big mistake to make. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting nonetheless. So we've got another speaker up here. Shibble Manibbles. What's up?
Oh, not much, guys. Hello. Just jumping in. Saw the space. Interesting. Oh, no. And I will say, don't ever give the government too much credit. Could it have been an intern? I think so. Why not? Could have been anybody. Like you said, I doubt it's really any important people running their Twitter at all.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I don't know, man. It's again, I've said this a few times this afternoon. Sometimes all you could do is laugh, and this has been one of those instances. So I got my buddy over on YouTube with me too, another YouTuber, NYFC Capital, Mark. So Mark, if you want to chime in, I've got you coming through my audio here. You should be able to come through on the space too. So just
are we live? You got me?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on all this, man?
Crazy. So I was just cooking dinner. I got my coffee going, and a couple things to say. I mean, this is nuts. You're bringing up the tweets, and everybody's kind of running some conspiracies, but I mean, just think about it from a perspective. I mean, go bring up the SEC, right? Gensler's page, right? Remember we were looking at those threads you were talking about in another video, his threads where he goes on and then he lists, he couldn't find them, but then he listed like in 6 different posts, comments. Okay. So we're going to apply, obviously to the preface of not talking politics, but we're going to apply it. Go look at Biden's Twitter page. These are government spokespeople drafting these tweets. It's not that it's a play on semantics. I mean, it's not a language, a style, a tone. I mean, you've taken those classes more than me, but I mean, just dive into the words. This isn't done from however old he is, 60 years old, or say, I mean, this isn't something your parents or your grandparents, they're not writing language like this. It's just not, this is done by a different entity.
Done by
Joe Biden he's not writing his tweets, his posts. And this is what it was. I agree 100%. It was scheduled. They probably just scheduled it for today. It's going to be done in normal operating business hours. And the biggest thing too is they said compromised. They didn't say hacked. So that's a whole different broad stroke. If it was hacked, then they kind of, they're in a corner. But compromised, that kind of like can leave it open. It can leave it open ended. Is compromised meaning somebody screwed up, or it could mean they could get hacked. And then they're back on it. They're back on it in an hour, recovered their account. I mean, come on.
Hold on, Mark. Wicked wants to jump in. Go ahead, Wicked.
Sorry, I got a question. Do you think this gets cleared up first thing in the morning then when markets open, or do you think they actually wait until end of day to publish something again?
That's a really good question. I mean, I think their initial intentions were to do it at the end of the day, but I think I don't know. I mean,
I think they much have to clear it up in the morning now, because if they don't, people are going to be like on edge all day long now.
I agree. That's a good point. I mean, and to Mark, to your earlier point, real quick, and then I'll let you jump in. Gary Gensler did have a long thread yesterday about crypto, so that also lends me to believe that this news was coming, right? Like he's preparing you for the knockout punch, right? It was like a long thread. Those offering crypto asset investment services may not be complying with applicable law, giving you all the jargon, all of the stuff that you would hear before they say, hey, we're going live with the Bitcoin ETF, right? So, I mean, I guess on that front, just to put a bow on that, I do think if I'm a betting man that we are going to get approved, and I know Wick had mentioned that earlier, that we are going to get approved tomorrow. If I were a betting man, I'm still thinking like it's probably 80-20 that we're looking good in order for that to happen. But Mark, go ahead. I'll let you jump in, and then anybody else who wants to come in and speak, I'll let you guys up.
Yeah, I mean, and then we could put the tinfoil hats on if you want for a minute, and we can get conspiracy, get the theorists fired up, and maybe this was a stress test. Maybe they wanted to see what would happen, kind of this early indication that it's live. There's also that avenue. Hey, we know that they've been waiting. It's been flat. Let's make a move, see what happens, and then, and then how long did it go on for? An hour? I mean,
about a half hour.
About a half hour. So that's about what you would see with a lot of the big hitters that come in, see if it would have pumped the market, maybe, but they're not going to spoil it. I mean, this is like press conference event. This is not going to be done on X. If it is, shame on them. And it's really kind of just, not the compromise we were looking for. And it's crazy, man. This is why we don't combine politics, government with crypto. It's like,
they wanted to see what would happen if they wanted to just do a fake trial just to see how far it would go off right away. I think that's just asking to be sued. Like, that's just like pure
by themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. So XRP, you're unmuted. What do you got? You got something?
So I'm not too sure about the legal side of crypto, really. But is market manipulation not against the law in a sense?
It's murky. It's really murky, especially in crypto where there's been nothing really put into, writing. There's never been pen to paper on what's allowed and what's not, at least in the United States.
You see, and manipulation of the market's going to cause more damage to more investors than it ever has. It's going to continue because I think was it one of your videos I had watched, Zach, that it used to be a free market where everything just was free flowing, but now ever since the SEC has got involved, it has caused a massive market manipulation.
For sure. No, you're right. I mean, there's definitely, what's funny is, obviously, there's some powerful people out there that move the markets, Elon being one of them, but the SEC shouldn't be one of them, right? And today that's what happened.
You see, it's just going to. I think people are just going to start selling off their crypto if this continues. If Gary Gensler and the SEC start to make problems for investors, most people are going to just drop out of the crypto altogether and just never go near it again. That's my opinion anyway.
No, you're right, and that is I think why a lot of people aren't in the game yet. Mark, you had something.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, no, what'll be interesting is, and this is kind of another rabbit hole we can go down, but for the small amount of slack that these institutions, these crypto exchanges, right, have been awarded through their legal battles, through their money that they have paid in court dues, fees, lawyer fees, the time that's been expended, the time that's been lost. What's going to be very interesting is you are allowed to sue the SEC. So if this Bitcoin price just fell off the board and there was damages, and you could somewhat warrant damages legally, that this tweet basically manipulated the market and we lost all of this, Bitcoin falls 10,000, that would have been interesting to see. Like, can a Coinbase say, "Hey guys, our turn"? Can Arc basically say, "Hey, we stood to make this much in fees and transaction fees with the Bitcoin ETF. It wasn't approved, but you guys basically manipulated the market, manipulated the mood a day before." I mean, that's basically. I mean, this is. I mean, we're talking about it with 1,000 people right here on YouTube and X. What do you think they're doing in Washington? What do you think Gary Gensler's doing? I just ate my dinner and I'm drinking a cup of coffee. Say hello to Mike. What do you think he's doing? I mean, no wonder he's bald. I mean, we're bald because we look good, but Gensler's bald because he has to be stressed out of his mind. I mean, this is what he's going through every night, and he got all his. I mean, there's a witch hunt right now, and he's out. I mean, give it a couple months, guys. The new election. Let's just get on with ourselves. I mean, this is getting out of hand.
So Mark's all fired up. Anybody else on the panel want to jump in? Jonathan, you got your hand up. What's up?
Absolutely. I just want to throw this in here. I just find it weird that same account has been posting things like beware of certain crypto projects. It just feels weird to me. I don't know what they're doing. Sometimes bad news, good news, it doesn't matter. You're just creating hype. Maybe that's what they're doing to draw more eyes to this. But I really hate that they handled it this way. I wish for one time, I know that with the Preem project, I want everybody in crypto to start saying what they're going to do and doing it. Do you feel the same way, Zach?
That would be a breath of fresh air, right? If we could actually have devs, who have great ideas, do those great ideas and actually, be good people. Yeah, that would be great. That would be amazing. But right now, I think, Jonathan, and this, just being in the game for a while, right now it's too easy. It's the money's too easy. It's there's nothing set in place. So this is why I've always said, like, do we need some type of regulation? Yeah, we do. But it's just that balance. Like, it's not that overstep or overreach of regulation. That's where I get worried. And here's the thing. When you give anybody, especially the government, an inch, they're going to take a mile. So that's where I'm worried, right? And it's hard to have it all, right? It's hard to have some regulation without too much.
Completely agreed there, Zach. And I'm telling you, it just makes me kind of nervous about it because the things that they are putting out looks like they're trying to do that overreach. But right now, let's all have a good time. We're all waiting on that news. I know it's going to come. And thank you for letting me speak a little bit today. I appreciate you, man.
Always, man. Always love hearing from you, and looking forward to seeing you later this month, too, down in Clearwater. So if you guys are in the Clearwater area, we'll be out there talking crypto and probably talking about, hopefully, a Bitcoin ETF approval. Look out for us on Twitter. I'll be posting about that more and more. I think it's on the 26th, right, Jonathan?
That's correct. 26 is open to the public. Come down there, meet Zach, meet myself, Preem Token. Lots of other projects are going to be there. Swap and Go, Blaze, Patriots Coin. We're going to be there talking about how businesses move from Web 2 to Web 3, different packages. But most importantly, we just want to meet you. Y'all come out and say hello, have lunch on us, and then we're going to Derby Lane after that to have a good night. So thank you, Zach.
Awesome.
Wait, that's the 22nd?
The 26th, Friday, the 26th is open to the public.
I live in Canada. I live in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. I'm actually coming out to just near Tampa on the 22nd. Is that someone close or no?
Yeah, it's right across the bay there. You come to Tampa and then come there on the 26th. The USFCR headquarters is posted down below. If you look at the comments, you'll see it with the address, and just email me that you want to come. Just come on down and have some fun.
Okay, perfect. I will probably attend that. I was actually looking to find some sort of a crypto event while I was there, so I might actually stop in.
You found it, man. Thank you, Zach, again for the time to speak. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and it is a free event too. So it's just, we'll be hanging out pretty much all day over there. So yeah, it's just kind of a think tank. I know there's, like Jonathan said, there's going to be a bunch of people out there. Should be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. So we've got a couple people on over on YouTube. Blackbeard says he's going to Clearwater. He'll be out there. So Blackbeard, can't wait to meet you out there too, man. So we've got a few people chiming in saying they're going to try to make it out. So that's awesome. Anybody else want to talk? Of course, just request the mic. Anybody else have thoughts on just kind of the overall market? If you guys want, we can talk a little bit about altcoins too. We can head over that way a little bit too and unpack that a little bit. Mark, you got any thoughts?
I do. I just don't know which direction you want to go in the stream. It's kind of, Bitcoin ETF centric. If you want to,
Yeah, I mean, you got anything on that
we
front
talked.
still?
Just I mean, pull up the crypto bubbles. Get this guy's X page off the website. He's got enough attention today. I'm
Yeah.
seeing him
So
in my dreams.
yeah, for those of you guys just on X, we're pulling up crypto bubbles. We'll kind of
I tell you
highlight
what, the internet is undefeated. The memes, you guys dropped a few memes down below in the X comments. I mean,
Oh,
even
yeah.
comment. The internet is definitely undefeated whenever somebody slips up.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
if you
I
guys,
mean, this is
yeah, good.
kind of what, yeah, this is kind of what you would expect. A little bit of hesitation, a little frustration, and kind of just, you know, just 1 foot in the water now instead of diving in head first. You know, it's kind of, which is all stupid because it is, we all know what's going to happen. And it's just, it's, we're playing this manipulation game where, like we talked about it earlier, people caught in trades, they're getting the worst of it. So, you know, it's just this sell the news event that you got to stay tough.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at the price of Bitcoin right now, we are bouncing up a little bit. We actually just went up to 46,000, almost 300, just like 15 minutes ago. We're sitting at 46,100. I'm curious to see what will happen here. We've got it up on the YouTube page. We are slowly but surely creeping back up to where we were before the news broke that it was actually going to happen. Of course, that sent us from 46,700 all the way up to 48,000. So, I mean, do we get back to where we were, pre-pump? Probably. I think, I mean, the way we're trending here, because a lot of people still expect us to get good news tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens here as the markets in Asia wake up too, right? So keep that in mind. We're 12 hours different. So 6 a.m., give or take over there. So in a few hours here, we'll see what they decide to do on this news and not even news, on this debacle that has happened here today. So let's see. Anybody else in the YouTube chat? I don't see anybody chiming in. Let's see. What is BlackRock saying? That's a good question. Has BlackRock made an official statement? Let's check that on X. Let's see if they've even said anything. Has any of the big Fidelities, BlackRocks, have they said anything? I wonder.
I doubt they're going to chime in at this time because they don't want to jeopardize anything. I think it's just everybody's going to be holding pat until something official comes out, and you know, this would be par for the course if they absolutely, delayed this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
More anxiety, more FUD. And it's fear and uncertainty. For sure. I mean, but no one's doubting that this is going to happen. But it's just.
Yep. Michael, go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, love the show, man. I watch you every day, and I appreciate the information you're giving out. I was trying to figure out, so let's say it wasn't a mistake for them putting that out. You think they won't approve it, and then they'll just approve it towards the halving of Bitcoin?
Well, Wicked brought up a great point earlier. Shout out to him for mentioning that, and because I had forgotten about that completely. So the deadline tomorrow is for ARK Invest. So that's why we thought that a lot of these would be approved tomorrow. Now, remember that rumor came out, a few days ago now, that they were kind of saying, hey, we think it's going to get pushed back to March. A lot of the other deadlines are March, right? So some of the other big players, Fidelity, BlackRock, and company. So to that point, no, I unless they let ARK get a, big jump start, right? And they would make a killing on it in the first 2.5 months, which, that wouldn't be fair. So I think a lot of us are still in the camp that we get this thing approved tomorrow by the deadline. And, maybe that tweet was supposed to go out tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow is the final deadline for ARK. So in order for them to deny that, they would have to come up with a very valid reason to deny it. And many of the sources have said, or many of the issuers have said, that if they actually denied that, it would instantly be sued right away. So
yeah, that's deep. And I mean, for between all of us, man, I hope they do approve it, because it's been too long.
For me, there's just way too much smoke. There's, like I said before, there's too many people that are too inside that have come out saying that it's basically a done deal. They're finishing up the final touches, dotting the I's, crossing the T's. I just don't see how they can find a reason to delay it another, 2 months or whatever it is until March. I still go back to saying that it was just released on the wrong day. It's supposed to be for tomorrow.
Find out tomorrow. But thank you guys for taking my comment. And once again, I appreciate what you're putting out there, Zach. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks for checking in, man. Appreciate you. And I just found a little article over on Cointelegraph. Remember this too. ARK. So the headline: ARK Invest dumps further 133,000 Coinbase shares as BTC ETF deadline looms. They sold off over 133,000 shares of Coinbase across 3 ETFs in its portfolio, accounting for roughly 20.6 million. And all of that is leading up to the BTC ETF and theirs, right? And all that's made public, their trade activity. They actually made those trades back on January 5th. Mark, do you have something on that? You want to chime in?
I mean, I'm just going to connect the dots. Don't you think that they're just basically shuffling some positions and kind of just positioning themselves to put, instead of investing in Coinbase, we're going to reinvest in our own ETF? Wouldn't you think that would be the logical reasoning?
Yeah, in December and January alone, ARK Invest netted around $78 million from its sell-off Coinbase shares. So yeah, I think it's a rebalancing, if you will, right? It's getting themselves prepared for them to benefit.
Mm-hmm. I noticed MicroStrategy also sold off hard today as well too. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Interesting. I did not see that. Let me see if I can find that. I'll see if I can pull that up on it's probably on Twitter somewhere. That's interesting. MicroStrategy selling Bitcoin.
I had some shares in MicroStrategy, and I see that the stock tanked pretty hard today.
Interesting. I did see today that his overall goal, Michael Saylor, is to own 1% of the Bitcoin supply, which is pretty insane. Can you imagine? That'd be fucking nuts. Okay, while Bitcoin soars by 7%, MicroStrategy faces a surprising stock dip. BlackRock's potential Bitcoin ETF approval points for MSTR, which is the ticker symbol for MicroStrategy, with its vast 158,000 Bitcoin holdings. CEO Michael Saylor's recent announcement of selling $216 million in stock options might shed light on the price drop. So there you go. Interesting. I wonder why.
I don't know if it was smart, but I took my share. I sold some MicroStrategy and I put it into one of the miner companies in Canada.
Very nice. I've been looking at mining stocks. Which ones do you have any like that you really like? I mean, I've been looking at a few just from afar.
I'm only in one. I don't know about the USA ones, but the one in Canada that I got here is what's it called again? Hold on, let me bring it up real quick. Bitfarms.
Bitfarms, okay.
I think they're located in, I want to say Vancouver, Canada, I think.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bit. So, have you been in it for a while, in and out of it, or is it the first time getting in?
Oh no, I've been in it for a while. I started earlier in the year of 2023, and I started buying shares, and then I went hard on it the last little while because I think the mining ones are going to perform very well as well. So,
yep,
I've been loading up as much as possible here, as well as Bitcoin itself.
No, I love it. I've been looking too. Marathon's a big one in the U.S. I've been looking at that for a little while too. So I think that's good stuff. Hey, while we're on the ETF U.S. Canada thing, so I'm curious to get your thoughts on this because the ETF in Canada got approved pretty quick, and then right thereafter, right, like weeks, the Ethereum ETF got approved, like right after, basically, right?
I don't know that, to be honest. I haven't tracked that myself.
Okay. That's what I had heard originally. This is when I was out at ETH Toronto. I know Jonathan, who left the stream, was there. XRP, you had your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just looking to ask a question. I probably already know the answer to it, but I'm just looking to know why. Well, first of all, I want to know everybody's opinion on should the SAC and Gary Gensler have an investigation done into them. That's number one.
Yeah, you want to?
I'd rather not waste taxpayer money any more than we already do. So it isn't going to go anywhere, and he's going to be gone in a couple months anyway. So
yeah, I hope he goes out quicker in a couple of months. To be honest,
right.
I still don't understand how somebody that was so pro crypto before he became leader of the SEC to now be like extreme bearish. I don't understand. I'm still starting to question. Well, I've actually been questioning it for a while myself, to be honest. Is somebody like pulling his strings? Is it Biden? Is it somebody, Congress, or I just don't
look
see
at what
how
happened.
he was so.
What was the crypto? Algorand? Look at Gensler with Algorand.
Yeah, exactly. He came straight up before and said these, they're what was his wording? I don't know if he said they weren't securities or whatnot, but he said they were great investments and, future technology and whatnot. But I just don't see how he just all of a sudden turns so bearish.
I think it's always money. Right.
He probably was paid something or guaranteed a promotion or some kind of, backdoor handshake deal. And then it became a different backdoor deal when they sweetened it for him.
Or even simpler. Or even simpler. You want to keep your job. Here's your stance on crypto.
That's my point. He's bought.
That's why it's going to be interesting to see what happens after. Like if he does lose, if he gets fired or he gets kicked out or what, it's going to be interesting to see what his stance is after. Because if he all of a sudden just switches hands, then we're going to know all along that it was somebody from higher above that was telling him what to say or what to do.
I think that's exactly it. And I think we'll be watching close. And I think you're right. I think when he's out of that position or in a position where he can make his own decision, it's going to be interesting to watch because I think he'll be right back where he was before and very bullish on crypto and interested in the technology and what have you. XRP, I know you had another one, and then we'll go to Andrew after that.
Yeah, no, it was just I would say everybody in the crypto space now would be very frustrated over everything that's going on. But I just want to come in there on, I don't know who was speaking there, I'm not too sure. But what was I going to say? Oh, no, it's gone.
No worries. No worries.
If we're sure, I'll pop in again. And
yeah. All right, we'll go to Andrew. If you got it, just let me know. We'll come right back to you. Andrew, what's up? Andrew, you there?
Hello. How are you, man?
Great. How are you?
So, best case scenario, it gets approved tomorrow. How fast can Bitcoin slingshot the top 50 cryptos? Like in reality, like how fast do you think it gets approved? How fast can they slingshot these cryptos realistically?
I mean, the dominance of Bitcoin is the one that's going to be it's going to moonshot when that happens. I think the altcoins are going to be. It's going to be a while until they move. Like they might move a little bit, but for that moonshot you're talking about, that's not going to be until, my opinion, late 2024, early 2025. But you're going to see the dominance of Bitcoin really, really go up a lot in a big way here.
Yep. I agree 100%. I think you're going to, when you see all this big money coming in, they're going to be coming into one asset at first, right? They're going to be coming into Bitcoin at first. And I think a lot of people have made a lot of money on altcoins and they're going to follow suit. And we're going to see Bitcoin dominance go from, where is it now? 53.7 or 53.1. I think we could see that up to 60%. I mean, I really think
60,
we could see
65%.
Yeah. I agree in the short term, but eventually that capital will rotate over into altcoins. And usually historically, right, like the biggest altcoin rallies, the biggest crypto rallies are after the halving, 6-8 months after. We usually get a nice little run up 500 days before the halving and everything. And then, which we're in the midst of right now. And then we get some type of big correction, 20 to 30%, right? And then usually the delayed reaction after the halving is when we get that slingshot that you're looking for.
Hey, Zach, sorry. It just come to me there.
Yep.
I don't know who it was speaking before about if Guy Gensler come out of the crypto, what his opinion would be of crypto then, would he be bullish on it or not? Because the last SAC chairman come out, who actually started the whole case with XRP about the securities, he came out and he started to say about different things, and then started to be on the side of crypto. So I suppose how, is Gary Gensler going to be the same, or is he going to take the same stance?
No, it'll be interesting to play out. I mean, I think as long as he's able to speak his mind freely, I think we already know the answer. Like, he's bullish on crypto. When he was able to speak freely and nobody was able to tell him what to say and how to feel about it, he was bullish. So I expect him to come back to that side of the fence once he's quote unquote able to.
See, I think it was they were saying that most cryptos will be off the market soon. Do you think there's any truth in that, or?
Well, I think it's really going to be interesting to see what they do with Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum's obviously the next beast that they have to tackle, right? And obviously, what's happened with XRP in the United States is a huge boost, but they've not given any indication on what they want to do with Ethereum. I mean, what are they going to do? Open up an investigation like they did with XRP on 20,000 cryptos? They can't do that, right? They've got to set some type of precedent eventually.
I think that we're talking about that we're going to try and take Ethereum up for securities as well. There was actually a couple of them that were saying that they were going to take up for securities to try and prove that they were securities. But yeah. I don't know why the SAC and the whole lot are sort of are doing this here towards, because once you take XRP to court, then start this here sort of chain reaction. So Ethereum, the next one, the next one, the next one. They've named about 4 that they're going to try and take to court.
Yeah, no, it's it's hard for me to see them not adopting, especially the big cryptos, right? Like Ethereum and what have you, because they're already so big, and we know like how dominant Ethereum is and what they bring to the table in smart contracts. Where I think Ethereum shot their foot in the eyes of the U.S. and regulators in the U.S. is that whole move to proof of stake. If they would have remained proof of work, I think this would be a lot easier. I think the move to proof of stake, it's murkied the waters a lot. And again, I'm not saying it's a bad or good or bad thing just from a business move on their end. I'm just saying in the eyes of the U.S. regulators, it murkied the waters a lot. And now it's just like, because that's what I've been reading and seeing a lot of is, basically anything that's proof of stake, they don't know really what they want to do with it yet.
Has there ever been any word between Gensler and Vitalik, or no?
It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know.
I wonder if maybe at some point after this whole Bitcoin thing is over, that it might, Gensler might try to sue him or might cause some kind of drama, or because I know as soon as this Bitcoin ETF clears, like the next questions are going to be, okay, when Ethereum ETF, pretty much right away.
Well, you just made me think of something. So when they came down on the exchanges, right, the SEC, remember they came down on Binance and Coinbase, not this most recent Binance one, but the ones back, 4 or 5 months ago. They came down and they listed some assets. Remember they listed those assets, and Robinhood eventually took like Cardano and Polygon off because of this. I can't remember the list off the top of my head, but I don't think Ethereum was on that list. I don't think. It was like Polygon, Cardano.
Mana was on there.
Mana, yep. Sand, maybe.
Was Solana on that?
Solana might have been on there, I think
it was. That's why it tanked. That's when it went down to like $8 or whatever it went down to, right?
I think you're right.
Or no, was that FTX?
No, that was FTX. That was the $8-9 sub 10 was after FTX, but Solana might have been listed on there too. I'll try to find the article because that was like the first time the SEC sued Coinbase. Well, I guess it was the only time they sued Coinbase, so I should be able to find that. And the assets involved. It was a list of like 12 to 15, I think. Something like that. When was it? Back in June. Here it is. I think I might have found it. Do they?
I think there was a few gaming tokens on there. I'm not sure. I don't think Gala was on there. I think what's the other one that's a popular gaming one? I can't think of right now. But
Engine, ENG.
No, not that one. I can't think of what it is right now. I have to look it up. I know it was on there. I just can't think of which one it was. Let me see if I can find it.
I know I covered this way back then too, and I can't remember the list.
Sorry, catch up in a wee second. Just I got that there mixed up. It was Solana. It wasn't Ethereum. It was definitely Solana. Was the one that got Solana and Ethereum mixed up there? So it did.
Okay, gotcha. Man, I can't find that. If anybody else can find it and want to pop up, let me know. I'd like to get that list because that was interesting. I mean, they strategically went after those list of those assets, and it was very like, we're just picking these ones,
Sandbox. I think it was Sandbox was on
Sandbox.
there too.
Yep, you're right. Sandbox was on there. Mana. Definitely
a lot of
Cardano.
Metaverse gaming ones that were on there for some reason, which I found weird. But
Speaking of gaming, question: if the SEC decides to go after different projects, would Gala be one of them?
So far, no. But I mean, it's just it's hard to tell because they've just kind of ruled with an iron fist, and basically, I mean, they single-handedly got Robinhood to delist Cardano and Polygon off the platform. I mean, just on that news, and off of Webull too, because you got to think Webull and Robinhood, they sell securities, right? So initially, when they see that news, they run for the hills, and they weren't even
for sure.
Yeah, they weren't even deemed. They weren't even deemed securities. They were just said, I forget how it was worded because I remember making this video. It was like we look at these as perhaps secure. It was like one of that iffy wording. They didn't even outright say they're securities, but they beat around that bush. And Robinhood and Webull both were like, okay, gone. Those are out. But Ethereum's still there. Ethereum was not listed on there. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I'll try to find that eventually. That'd be actually something good to revisit, like in another video. I'll find it eventually.
I'm gonna look for it right now. I'll look for it right now while you're doing your thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if you could find it, that'd be sweet. Wicked, I'll give you I followed you back too, so you could just DM it to me.
The gaming supposedly is supposed to explode, but Gala is underperforming a lot. In my opinion.
It definitely is.
Any thoughts on that?
No, it definitely is. And I think gaming's still early. I really think it's this next cycle where we're going to see a lot of the gaming plays. I mean, you've got a lot of good platforms now. I think Gala's still one of them. The other thing that hurt them.
I got the list if you want me to read it off whenever you're ready.
Okay, yeah, we'll come right to you in a sec. The thing with Gala too is they got in this mess with their founders suing this guy for $150 million. It's just, like you build a great thing, and then Schiermeyer, the guy that got the thing started, who we founded Zynga Games, which is huge. I don't know what exactly happened. It's all hearsay. It's going to go through the courts, so that hurt them. But I thought it was huge early in the year. They had a nice pump, and they announced the whole shift to mobile, and they acquired Ember Entertainment, which I thought was brilliant. And I still think there's room for them to grow. But you've got some competitors now. You got Mira. Mira's a big company. They're legit. They're for real too. So I've invested in them. Just full disclosure as well. No, I think gaming's kind of a cycle behind. We saw like the whole Axie Infinity thing, right, in 2021. It was cute. It was cool. But it wasn't like a great ecosystem. It wasn't a great game. People were just playing it because they could make money, and it was more money they could make in the Philippines, And so those were the games that popped off in 2021, which was great, by the way, for some of those people. I mean, people made a killing on that, and that's the reason why it pumped the way it did. But I think this next phase, like this next cycle here, like 3-4 years later, this is where we're going to see like the real ecosystems take off, and we're going to see the real move. The real move for gaming going back to the blockchain. That's just kind of my 2 cents. Wicked, I want to go to you real quick. I want to get that list, and then XRP King, I see your hand up. We'll go to you right after.
All right, a couple of them aren't on here, but I know they were on there. It was the ones that was the sandbox and whatnot. But this list says Cardano, Solana, Polygon, Cosmos, Near, BNB, Filecoin, and Algorand.
Algorand's on there. How about that? Can you message that to me too? Wicked, DM me that.
That was one of the ones that was stated back then, was it not?
I think it was. No, I just thought it was funny because, the SEC, Gary Gensler, Algorand, Gary Gensler talked so good about Algorand forever. Yeah, message me that
I'll send that to you right now.
All right, cool. XRP, what do you got?
So, sorry. So, I'm just looking people's opinion on the whole FTX and Gary Gensler relationship. What was going on. Why was Gary Gensler so much support of FTX? And FTX was then seen as a fraud crypto, or it was, whatever it was. And then Gary Gensler's coming out and defending FTX as well, still. So I would love to know, what's going on there.
Short answer is money. If you don't know the answer, usually the answer is money. Power.
Yeah, that's money makes the world go round, as they say,
Yeah, I mean, it's, he was the biggest or second biggest donor to and I had read he was a donor to both parties. I mean, but definitely big in the Democratic side, which, I mean, anytime you're that big of a deal and you're able to make that big of a wave on the political side of things, you can get away with a lot of stuff,
I was just looking to ask another question. Has anybody heard about, I know you hear a lot of FUD on YouTube too, but just the way they're saying about Congress ban XRP at 9,000 a coin at a buyback, what's the possibility of that?
That crazy number that I saw, I think is insane. And I know Eleanor, she's been on my channel before, and I reached out to her and I want her to come on the channel and explain it. So I'm working on that. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah, because a coin at I think it's 57 cents at the moment.
Right.
So why are they going to buy a coin that's at 57 cents for 30,000 or 9,000 a coin on a buyback?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless that value goes up astronomically, right? I mean, they're not going to overpay. They're not going to overpay probably at all, and certainly not that much.
Question.
I'm going to. Sorry.
Does anybody know scale by any chance? Anybody see that pump? Because it literally skyrocketed from 02 to 08 in less than a month.
So which crypto is it?
XRP or Bitcoin?
No, this is Scale.
Scale.
SKL. Yeah.
Scale.
It went up 208% in literally a month and a half.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Let's see here. Okay, I see what you're saying now. So since late October all the way into early January, I don't know much about it, to be honest with you, man. I'm just looking at it on CoinMarketCap here. But we've seen a lot of cryptos make similar moves. Caspa made a crazy move like this. It's listed on Binance and Coinbase, so it must be pretty big. Let's see. I'm not sure what they do. It's designed to bring scalability to Ethereum. Scale is the only blockchain network capable of running an unlimited number of fast, on-demand, pooled security blockchains with zero gas fees and end users. Interesting idea. I mean, Ethereum definitely needs help and scalability. I'll make a note of this to kind of dive into it a little bit deeper. This could be a nice little gem for us.
Just a question there, Zach. I seen your video on Shiba Inu or whatever the name of it is. I was looking at there was a bit of a pump there tonight. Now it wasn't a massive pump but it was something. what is your opinion on the, is it going to reach $1 in 2024? Is it not? Or is it going to take 2030 for it to reach $1,
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. At current supply, there's no way I can reach $1. There's no way I can reach a cent, right? I mean, it just has way too big of a supply for 589 trillion tokens. This is why the burns are so important. And I hope they figure out a way to automate burns. They said they're going to do that here in January. If they continue to get the transactions they're getting through on Shibarium, which are in the millions daily, that'll be great. But the biggest thing is they can bring all the utility in the world, and I think they are actively working on it with the metaverse. I've met a lot of their team members out there in East Toronto. I think they can do some really cool things in gaming and metaverse. But at the end of the day, like they've went up thousands and thousands and thousands of percent. They're a $6 billion market cap now. It's just really hard to move the needle. And this is what I've been saying now for the last couple months. And I've caught some shit because, people want me to just talk positive about it all the time because I've kind of backed myself into a corner being the Shiba Inu guy, right? And I get it. But at the end of the day, I mean, when you really start looking at it and analyzing it, it's not going to go up thousands and thousands of percent, right? I mean, it's just not. It's a big crypto now. It's a top 20 crypto,
There was a burn there tonight, I think it was of 9 point some odd billion there tonight.
Yep. And they've been doing that. They've been burning a little bit. I mean, but we need trillions,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I used to love SHIB. Like the last bull market. That's how I kind of got into crypto was SHIB, and I used to love it. I watched all of the streamers talk about it. I followed Shytoshi and really had a lot of faith in that project. And I've completely turned. I just like they missed so many deadlines. I don't trust anything that they've said. I think at one point there was rumors going around that a lot of the devs actually left the project too. So I don't know how you feel about all that, but I've lost faith in it, to be honest. I think I'll get back into it if it starts to show promise again, but I don't trust it.
Yeah, I mean, it did have a lot less controversy when Ryoshi was still running the show. And it's interesting because Ryoshi never spoke. Ryoshi was just this quiet, pseudo founder, similar to, Bitcoin, and just, everything was kind of on track. But he decided to leave the project. And I'm not saying Shytoshi, it's all his fault or, the dev team that's running it now, but it definitely fractured the community a little bit. I think in the midst of all this too, they're trying to go from being a joke meme coin, which burst on the scene, which nobody ever thought it would happen. And now they're trying to build real utility. Like that's not easy either. So there's a lot going on and a bear market. The fact that they're still a top 20 crypto in a bear market and they're a meme coin, that's pretty impressive in and of itself. I think it's really people's expectations. And the expectation was that, hey, this thing went up thousands of percent in 2021. That's just going to happen every year. That's just not the case. Like, in fact, you're lucky if that happens twice, right? Like, and it went up so hard, so fast, that we've got to be realistic and say, hey, can it 10 to 12x in the next bull run? Yeah, but can it 100x? Unless they start burning at a rapid rate, it's going to be really tough.
But how are they going to burn? I just don't see people throwing away millions and millions of dollars to get this thing to go up.
Well,
like who's going to throw their money away? That just doesn't make sense to me.
So I agree with you 100%. And that's why they've kind of adjusted their burning model. So what they have now is on every transaction, a percentage of that transaction on Shibarium is burned, right? So
it's so small, it's like 0.00001 cent or something.
It's a fraction. I mean, I'll tell you this: there's $900,000 sitting right now that should be burned based on just the last month and a half of transactions. $900,000 in bone that should be then swapped into SHIB and then burned. I mean, $900,000 is $900,000. And I don't know how many billions or trillions that is. I don't have the calculator in front of me, but basically what I'm saying is we need that times 10, right? In order to really burn the amount that actually could be super impactful. And obviously we need retail money to come back. Retail money's not yet back in crypto. I mean, like all of you are like that are on this space, but you know what I mean. If you were here in 2021, you saw like what peak FOMO can look like. A lot of those people aren't back, which is bullish as hell, by the way, because Bitcoin's, at 44, 45,000, 46, nobody cares seemingly, which is awesome. But sorry, I'm talking in circles a little bit, but yeah.
Well, sorry, I have started accumulating SHIB. So while it's bearish, I'm just buying and buying and buying and buying, and then I'm just going to hold it for long term, see what happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
100%. Yeah. I mean,
Go ahead, Andrew. Sorry.
Shiba Inu, again, goes back to what Zach said, is a project that everybody was looking forward to, the community and everything. And it had hype. It had really good hype. And they were missing promises. And I hope to God, and this going back to gaming, I hope to God Gala doesn't follow the same suit, or they'll be in trouble just as bad. But, the projects have that situation where they underpromise. So don't promise things that you can't deliver. You know what I mean? Is it stay on that track and then just update people and build your PR back, and then Shiba might be in a better spot later on.
I think with Shiba, I think they just got greedy by putting so much into the market cap. Was it 1 quadrillion coins or something like that? I think it was just pure greed, to be honest.
Yeah, it was way too much to start. Even after they sent 50% to the burn address, or to Vitalik, was it?
Yeah. Well, you see, I think there was someone saying that SHIB had actually went off and then started creating more tokens, like different tokens, like Bone, and then Shiba, was it Shiba Baby or something, or no, that's Doge Baby. But
Baby
there was
Doge.
a couple of other projects.
Baby Doge.
The left SHIB pretty much dormant.
That's actually something I still question. Back when SHIB originated, the supply was way lower. Then all of a sudden, they woke up one day and it went to like 680 something trillion coins. Like they added coins somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think it was diluted too. I mean, for sure with Bone and Leash too, and I mean, we're still kind of wondering what Leash is. Is it just a store of value? Like, there's only 150,000 of them. Okay, it's scarce, but like, what's it really going to do? Bone being the governance token makes more sense now that Shibarium's out. But I think you're right. I think what a lot of people wanted was something just kind of simple, and I think they lost a lot of people with trying to do a lot all at once too. And I think anytime there's confusion, a lot of times it's like, hey, just do one thing really good, right? And be good at that one thing, and you can have success that way,
Was Shiba delisted just from an exchange a couple months ago? Or was that something else?
There was a Shiba Inu pair that was delisted off one of the top exchanges. I don't think it's been if it was delisted off an exchange, it wasn't a major one. But like pairs get delisted all the time, like
it
so
may
like
not have anything to do with Shiba Inu.
Right, like the Shiba Inu USDC pair, for example, like that happens all the time. But
or if like Polygon Matic was a security or something, and the SHIB Matic pairing would be delisted.
Right.
Until they figure it out.
Do that list, Zach, if you want to check your DM.
Okay, sweet. Appreciate that. So the lists that were mentioned, I'm going to probably revisit this in a video because this is interesting now that we're getting closer and closer with the Bitcoin ETF. Like, because I mean, everybody's going to have the question, like, what's next, right? Like, how are they going to handle everything else? So yeah, that list, as Wicked put out there a little bit ago, Cardano, Solana, Polygon, Cosmos, Near Protocol, Binance Coin, Filecoin, and Algorand were all the notable assets the SEC deemed, that was the word they used, deemed securities, or named securities. That was the word used on the article I read way back when. Yeah, they deemed these ones securities. It was crazy. Literally the next day, Robinhood took Cardano and Solana off the platform. or Cardano. I think maybe Solana and Polygon, probably all three. Crazy. So yeah, we'll keep tabs on that because I think that's really going to be something to watch is what happens next. Obviously, what happens tomorrow. Maybe we'll do something like this tomorrow. We'll definitely probably be live at some point. I've got some running around, but I'll try to find and make some time. I know, Mark, you might want to be with us too if you can. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close things up. We might go live again later tonight. Who knows? I got to get something to eat, though, and at least kind of refresh a little bit. And then this has been a lot of fun. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in, whether you're on YouTube or here on X. It's been great meeting and talking with some people, too. So this has been awesome. I appreciate everybody, and let's do it again soon.
Thank you, Zach. I will be at that event in Clearwater. I'm coming into Florida on the 22nd. So
awesome, man. I'm looking forward to meeting you out there.
Thank you very much. Have a good night, guys.
Yep. See you, everybody. We'll see you. Close it up. Let's see. All right, YouTube, we'll close it up. Appreciate everybody. Hit the like button on your way out, all that fun stuff. Thanks for hanging out with us for a while here. This one was longer than I expected, but it was fun. We'll see you.